understanding God's timing. First and foremost, what is timing? Timing is the time when something happens. It's just as simple as that. Timing is the time when something happens. But God's timing is the actual moment or that time of the happening, and it is strictly God's orchestrated. Okay? Because some people believe that they can get package from God knows where. People do that a lot. And then they'll come out and say, it is the grace of God. Oh. And so when you understand the timing of God, because very often we always think that God has forgotten our own case. You know, we feel God has so many cases to look at. So he may have forgotten our own. And so we end up trying to push things by ourselves. You know, I've heard people say that heaven help those who help themselves. There is no such thing in the scripture. It is when you don't understand God's timing, that's when you try to make it work by yourself. It might work out, but it will not last. All right. So it is according to God's planning, God's execution. Okay, that's God's timing. So that's exactly what we're about to understand this morning. All right. Now, God's timing refers to the belief that a higher power or divine force has its own schedule, its own plan for events to unfold. Now, every event you have, you plan, okay, you look for a way to execute it. That's exactly how it is with God. God will have plans for us. God has schedule for us. The time X, Y, and Z should happen in anybody's life, okay? And so when you understand that God's timing is different from your own, God is not going to align his own time to suit yours. It is you as individual that will align your will, your purpose, whatever plans you have with that of God. All right? So we need to understand that. Now, it implies that things happen when the time is right, according to God's will, rather than human expectation and timelines. We always wake up and plan and say, by the time I'm 35, I will do this. By the time I'm 40, I will do this. By the time I'm 50, we keep planning that way. Sometimes we forget that God also has a schedule. God also has plans for us. God also has purpose for us. And God also has his will. All right? And so until we align ours with that of God, then you do not